Hi, Felix. How are you?
Hey, Chadine, I'm very good. Thank you. How are you?
Good. How do you feel about being the first ever PL Maverick of the month?
Excited to be the guinea pig, and I promise I'll make it as smooth as possible for you. She's a bit nervous.
Yeah, it's my first time. But anyway, so with this one, we're gonna ask you some questions about what were you doing before CBI, how does it feel to be in this industry, what made you stay, so those kind of questions, all right?
Perfect. Sounds good.
So let's start. What were you doing before entering this industry?
I was actually doing something entirely different. I spent more than 10 years in the automotive industry.
Oh,
So I essentially joined Mercedes-Benz 2015. Yeah, more than 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I joined Mercedes in Germany in the head office in Stuttgart. And a year later, 2016, I essentially moved with Mercedes-Benz to Dubai.
okay.
Ever since I am in Dubai, so more than 10 years. I stayed with Mercedes-Benz in Dubai for around 6 years. And then I essentially joined Audi for another 2 years. There I was responsible for Audi sport models in the entire region, so the Gulf region essentially. And then ultimately 2 years ago, I joined the PL group.
Wow. So basically, that's a big jump from automotive to CBI.
It is.
But how did you end up in CBI in the first place?
How did I end up in the CBI? Yeah, that's a good question. I think it was during COVID, actually. We were playing paddle tennis. And at some point, an Indian friend of mine, who I played with a lot back then, he said he knows those Swiss guys playing paddle as well. Yeah. So essentially, I told him to set up a match. Yeah. And then I ended up playing against, I think it was Jeffrey and Ben back then. So Jeffrey, founder and chairman of PL Group. I remember giving him a proper whooping. 6-love. No, I don't remember the score. But this is essentially how I met Jeffrey, and he ultimately introduced me to citizenship by investment at the end of the day. He told me about the industry itself, which I was not aware of. Yeah.
So, what made you say yes on that role? Was it a hard decision for you?
I don't think it was, no. Initially, the timing was not right. So the first time we've had a conversation of me joining PL, the timing was not right because I was having a good time at Audi as well. I had a good job and a decent salary. But then things changed. There's push and pull factors, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The geopolitical landscape changed, everything changed. And then it was fairly an easy decision for me to join PL Group. Yeah, so I've had various chats with colleagues here at PL, with Jeff, with Ben, with Ivan, and all the team, and it was a very compelling pitch, basically. Yeah, and obviously you like the atmosphere. I like the atmosphere. How we are here at PL Group. So ultimately, it was a very easy call for me to say yes. Yeah,
It's very
to
nice.
PL. Yeah.
But when did it click for you that, hey, this is my thing?
Literally at the moment I started, so the first week I immediately started because, coming from Mercedes and Audi, it's a very corporate world, with a lot of hierarchies, processes and stuff like this. And we are still a boutique advisory firm. I mean, in 10 locations worldwide, a lot of people, I think up to 80 now, or close to 80 people worldwide. It still feels like, not a startup, but it feels very easy, flat hierarchies, fast decisions. So I immediately enjoyed it the moment I started, right? Because it was something different, something new that I haven't experienced in the past career steps, basically. So I immediately liked it a lot, because it is very evident that we're in an industry where input equals output.
Exactly.
So if you're working hard, you get your rewards eventually. If you're working hard in the corporate world, you still get what you get at the end of the month. Yeah.
Listen to that one. Okay, so whenever you tell to your friends or family about what you do, what's the most common misconception about it?
Hey, the biggest misconception I think I'm facing when I'm talking to European clients, because they're historically not really aware of the industry, citizenship by investment, the immediate reaction is always, that's only for criminals, essentially, getting a passport, getting a second
Helping
ID.
them escape.
Exactly,
right?
yeah, which is obviously utter bullshit, yeah. because at the end of the day, all those government-run citizenship by investment programs, there's a thorough due diligence compliance process involved. Yeah, and if you do have a little bit of criminal activity in the past, I'm sorry, there's no chance you will obtain that passport, right? So this is, I think, still the biggest misconception I'm facing up until today.
But how long have you been in this industry now?
I'm now at PL since 2 years.
In a span of 2 years, is there any most memorable client that stayed with you? Like this one is like an unforgettable, or somehow it changed your mindset or made your career or job fulfilling?
That's a couple of questions in one. I'm starting with the first one. I'm starting with the first one. The most memorable experience, a moment for me, is my first passport handover, by far, of course. Yeah, I would like to say also the first retainer I received, so the first payment. Yeah, that would be hard to be honest. But also, obviously, the first physical passport handover. Yeah, because the people were obviously supporting and assisting on. In that particular case, it was a guy from Africa. He has huge issues in terms of global mobility. So for him, that passport, which was a passport from St. Kitts and Nevis, was a milestone in his life for him, for himself and his family, obviously. Yeah. So that was very nice to see, like how thankful they were, how grateful they were, and how excited they were what they can do with this little piece of paper, essentially, right? So this was really rewarding, essentially, because you spend a lot of time with the clients, you discuss a lot. It's a very intimate process as well. And then seeing the finishing line, handing over the passport, the happiness in their eyes, unmatched up until today.
Exactly.
Okay? And then maybe another moment that really affected me and impacted me also in a way that I think about the industry is I had a meeting. It was a couple of months ago, essentially, and he was elaborating on how long he's saved money in order to apply for the golden visa in Greece, essentially. And when I asked about what do you want to achieve, why do you want to do that, he's essentially told me that during COVID, his dad was in hospital in Europe, and he was outside Europe, and his passport did not allow him to travel freely into the Schengen area. So essentially, he unfortunately did not make it into Europe. He did not see his dad, and the dad sadly and unfortunately passed away without the son seeing him again. So that obviously was an eye-opener for me, because I'm a German citizen, I'm having a German passport. I can literally fly to any country in the world and just show up and I'm allowed in, basically, So this really underlined again the importance of such programs for many of our clients, So this was really, this was a bit heartbreaking, I must say.
It is.
And really underlines the importance of what we do, essentially. Right?
And sometimes, whenever people say, I want to buy a passport because I want to escape my country, I want to hide my money, but we don't know this kind of stories.
No.
This kind of stories, because it varies per person.
Of course. And at the end of the day, we support and we assist high net worth individuals, ultra high net worth individuals. They have succeeded in life. They have done something right. They have the funds, they have the liquidity to do such programs. So why would they all of a sudden turn into criminals and hide something?
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. So if you could give a piece of advice to people starting in this industry, what would it be?
Train your liver and expand your stomach. Jokes aside, this is what I was surprised with, the amount of drinking and eating involved. A lot of client meetings, introducers, business partners, little business belly here accumulated over the years.
Things you do for clients.
Exactly, But I've mentioned it earlier, in this industry, and I mean, in this context, I don't really like the term sales, but essentially we are in sales, more or less, And in sales, input equals output, okay? So you need to be willing to put in a lot of effort, to be willing to learn new things. It's 100%. An industry, it's an environment where programs change, where they evolve, where criteria changes there. So you need to be on top of the game every single day. Otherwise, if you don't keep up, you miss out, you give wrong information, and that's really bad towards the client, right? So you need to be willing to put in a lot of hours, the more input, the more output. Yeah, and then ultimately, obviously, if you are really skilled and competent, feel free to contact us. We're happy to take you on board.
Exactly.
Yeah? But no, this is the piece of advice. Be aware that you need to clock in a lot of hours. Yeah, and need to be willing to learn and yeah, put the pedal to the metal or whatever it's called. Yeah.
You just made it up. But anyway, thank you, Felix, for your time. That was very interesting coming from you, and I've learned a lot, with all this kind of client stories that people never heard of. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for our next PL Maverick of the month.